The Lagos night was a symphony of generator hums and distant car horns. I sat on my worn sofa in Lekki Phase 1, the sweat prickling my skin. But it was not the heat that made me restless. It was the silence. The silence after another tense call with Amaka. She would ask if I was okay. I told her I was just tired, prepping for residency. My voice, flat. My energy, drained. Her response, a sigh, heavier than the humid air. She said, Chike, sometimes it feels like I am talking to a wall. Do you even want this? Us? Residency at Luth was looming. My dream, yes, but also a monster ready to devour my time, my sleep, my soul. I knew my limits. When stress hits, I retreat. It is how I survive. But Amaka, she thrives on connection, on visible affection. She needs my presence, especially when things are hard. And I just want to disappear into my work, into myself. How could I reconcile these two parts of me? How could I be the man she needed when I was barely holding myself together? That was the fourth month. We were good, really good. She was intelligent, kind. Her laughter could light up any room. First time I ever thought about marriage, truly. But then she dropped it again, that phrase, maybe we should just be friends so we do not hurt each other. My stomach tightened. We both knew we loved each other. So why was this a constant shadow? Was it my quiet nature, or her need for constant reassurance? Or something deeper, a mismatch so fundamental it would break us? The days blur. Early morning downfall, rides from Lekki to Idi Araba, jostling with traders and students. The smell of exhaust, sweat, and freshly fried akara from a roadside vendor. My head was buried in medical textbooks, trying to memorize every obscure condition. Even then, my phone buzzed. A message from Amaka. Thinking of you, Bae. Hope you ate today. A small gesture, but I felt the pressure. I would respond with a quick, thanks, you too, and immediately feel guilty for its brevity. I wanted to give her more, but my tank was empty. We had dinner one evening at a small restaurant in Surulere. The scent of pepper soup filled the air. She was telling me about her day, a new project at work. I listened, truly listened, but my mind was a battlefield, a complex surgery I would read about, differential diagnoses. I tried to stay present, to smile, to nod, but I knew she saw it. The slight disconnect in my eyes. Her face, usually so bright, shadowed with a familiar hurt. It was like we spoke two different languages of love, and mine was currently muted. I knew I was pushing her away, even when I did not mean to. The more I retreated into my studies, the more her texts became urgent, her calls more frequent. Are you okay, Chike? You sound distant. I just want to know you still care. My silence was not a lack of care, it was a coping mechanism. But to her, it felt like a door slamming shut. The gap between us widened, a chasm of unspoken needs and misinterpreted signals. I could feel her pulling back, guarding herself, and it broke my heart, slowly. Residency started. The reality was even more brutal than I imagined. Weeks felt like days. Sleep was a luxury, and my entire being was consumed by the hospital. One evening, after a particularly grueling shift, Amaka insisted we meet. Just for a quick meal, please, Chike. We ended up at a small buka in Maryland, known for its delicious pounded yam and egusi. The usual bustling energy of the place felt like a suffocating blanket. I was exhausted. She was hurt. The air between us was thick, heavy with unspoken words. She put her fork down. The clatter echoed in the sudden quiet I felt. Chiche. Her voice was soft but sharp. I need more than crumbs of your attention. When you withdraw like this, it is not just you being quiet. It feels like you are saying, I am not enough, that our love is not strong enough for your stress. Tears welled in her eyes. I worry every day. Is this even real, or are we just postponing the inevitable? My chest ached. I saw the truth of her pain, naked and raw. It was not about me being bad, it was about her fundamental need to feel loved and seen, a need I was failing to meet. The bustling market outside, the sounds of hawkers, the smell of suya on the grill. It all faded. All I could hear was Amaka's voice, her pain. My fear of hurting her had almost made me run, but now, seeing her tears, I realized running was the surest way to inflict that pain. It was not about finding someone who matched me perfectly. It was about learning to communicate and adapt. I loved her. She was everything I admired. And I could not let this fear, this inability to express my internal world, destroy the most beautiful thing I had ever found. I reached across the table, taking her hand. It felt small, fragile. Amaka, it is not you. It is me. My struggle to communicate when I am under pressure. I never want you to feel less desired. I love you, truly. And this residency, it is going to be hell. But I choose you. I choose us. I did not promise to change who I was overnight, but I promised effort. We can learn together, maybe talk to someone, a counselor, to help us understand each other better. I want to build this with you, not run from it. Her grip tightened on my hand. A small, tentative smile touched her lips. You mean it, Chike? You will try? I nodded. It would not be easy. Medical residency would test us, break us, mold us. There would be more quiet nights, more moments of misunderstanding. But for the first time, I was not paralyzed by fear. I had chosen to face the storm with the woman I loved, instead of letting it tear us apart. The Lagos night, once a reminder of my isolation, now felt like a backdrop to a new beginning, a promise to navigate the Wahala together.